Most people, when they look at success or unsuccess or not success, I like to go to a great woman, a woman that I've admired for a very long time, Eleanor Roosevelt. She has an incredibly great question. She asked, is failure the opposite of success? And most people, if they're honest, say, well, yeah, of course it is. But you know, this must be a trick question because I'm asking it. And she says, no, failure is not opposite of success. In fact, it's integral to success. And the greater the success you want, the greater the failure you must have to get there. So when you sit there and think, am I unsuccessful? You have to frame it against what is your standard of success. If you have an element of time attached to it, then you might be unsuccessful based on time. But we know by psychological law, if you want something, and this is, again, you want something, the 4-year-old, the towards pattern that I've talked about in other films, the I want something psychology versus the I don't want this, I can't stand this, I'm frustrated, I don't, blah, blah, blah. When you're stuck in that place, that by definition is unsuccess. But when you are focused on what you want, and you work, and you drive, and you fight, and you scratch, and you claw every day to get there, we know there's only 3 outcomes that can happen. Number 1 is you get it. Now, it may not be exactly how and when you want it, but the good news is a lot of times it's bigger and better than what you wanted. So if you never give up, by law, you're going to get it, you're going to be successful. Now, for the system to be real, it's got to be real. So the second option, the second potentiality here is you could die en route. You can get hit by a bus, you can hit by a meteor, something happens to you. You were working towards your greatest dream, you're working towards success, and you check out. It's over. Now, the third thing that happens, and this is the only other thing that can happen, is you give up. You follow Eleanor Roosevelt's the opposite of success is not trying, is quitting. So the real definition of success is the day you stop trying. Remember the Chinese proverb, fall 7 times, get up 8. As long as you fight, as long as you get up, continue to drive forward. By law, that is the definition of success. Now, one thing I want to add here, because I often get this question. As you probably know, I'm ex-military, spent 11 years in the Army and Special Forces, had the privilege of working with a lot of great soldiers in my time. In my last assignment, I was the chief instructor at Ranger School for the initial patrolling phase. Now, when you think of the Hollywood stereotypes that are attached to the military special forces, special ops, whether it's Rangers or SEALs or any of those elite soldiers, most people believe that when they think about that training is that what the military looks for in putting a soldier through that training is the unbreakable soldier, the man that can step up and do anything and come through with flying colors. I assure you that's not what we look for. What we look for, because training breaks all men and all women in that training. Combat breaks all men and all women at one time or another. What we look for is not an unbreakable man or woman. What we look for is, do you get up when you've been broken? Do you get up? That's it. That's the definition of success. As long as you get up, because Eleanor Roosevelt already told you, you're going to be knocked down, and the bigger the success you define for yourself, the bigger and harder the falls are going to be, the more you're going to be knocked down, and the more you have to get up. As long as you do that, by law, I promise you, you will find success.